Welcome back to Hotham's Apiary. I'm Jason Hotham, and in this video, I'm going to check in on Colony 2 to see if their status has changed at all. If they haven't changed, meaning that they do not have a queen that's laying eggs, I'm going to unify them with Colony 3. You won't want to miss it. All right, so today Yanik is visiting.
Hello.
First time this year. Nice to have you back, Yanik.
Thanks, I'm glad too.
So hopefully Yanik will be able to raise some bees this year if he wants to.
Yes, sure.
So let's take a look here. What's happening with Colony 2? So let's see
really
here.
Quiet, but
Well, the bees are alive. I was a little bit worried because in front of the entry there's not much activity at all, whereas the other colonies, they're flying nicely. So
yes, some bees are there too.
Yeah.
So yes.
well, maybe they're just a little cold is all. But what I want to do is I have to double check them to make sure that they don't have a queen. I'm pretty sure they don't, but this colony is really strange because now they're quite quiet.
Okay, so actually it's a sign of everything is okay, right?
Will you hear that?
Yes.
That's too loud.
Okay.
That's too loud.
Okay.
Yeah. Colony 3, for instance, you barely hear 4. You barely hear anything.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm pretty sure they don't have a queen. But nonetheless, I will double check that. Yeah, they're way too loud. There's definitely no queen in there. Okay, so I don't even have to. I'm not even gonna check. I'm just gonna go ahead and put them on top of Colony 3.
And now that you've touched it, it gets really loud, so you really can see
listen
it.
to that. How loud it is.
Yeah.
It's so loud. So what I'll do is I'll put the cover back on.
So if you wouldn't put them into another colony or just won't do anything,
Yeah.
they just will survive until they don't have enough worker bees for getting food and then die, right?
Well, what they'll do is they'll try to have one of their worker bees start laying eggs. Because they basically go into emergency mode.
Yes.
And survival mode. So their instinct is to keep they need bees, right?
Yeah.
But the worker bees doesn't have fertilized eggs. So she'll lay only drones.
Okay, yeah, and drones can do anything for the colony.
Right, and then basically it's called a drone laying worker.
Okay.
And then when that happens, there's nothing you can do. You can try to introduce a new queen.
Yes.
But at this time of the year, not very many people have queens.
It's too late, yeah.
Yeah, or too early.
Okay.
And also they won't even raise they could raise a new queen, but there's no drones for her to mate with. So
yeah,
they're basically in a lost situation.
Understand. Yes.
Yeah. So I'll open up 3. And they look pretty good.
Oh yeah, much activity.
Yeah. Go ahead and give them some smoke first of all.
So these holes weren't in the last year. It's for the winter getting food, right?
Yeah. I actually did that because what I used to do is I just would push the plastic to the front and then put the box on top, the feeder.
Yeah.
But I found it to be a lot more convenient for the bees just to make a small hole.
Right.
And then that way it's a little bit less disturbing to them. And it's a little bit easier for me to work with the bees then. So
okay.
You always have to come up with methods that make it easy for you to
your ideas and innovations.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So.
Yeah, much quieter.
Yeah, right.
So much.
Really quiet.
And really calm, so the bees are not really, that disturbed and anything.
Right, they're quite calm and satisfied, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
So I'm going to take one of these frames out so that I can look at a wax foundation that I put in last week.
So to see if they build something, right?
Yeah, just to see if they're, actually interested in building, which so they should be at this time of the year. They're trying to expand already.
How do you know how much new frames you can give them and how much you can't?
Well, you have to take it slow.
Mm-hmm.
Depends on the strength of the colony. These
Okay.
bees, look, there's like we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
Wow.
basically 7 spaces between the frames where there are bees. So they're getting stronger,
Okay.
and they're gonna want to build soon.
I understand.
So you can give them 1 or 2 middle wax foundations, and that will.
And if you wouldn't, they rather want to swarm, right?
They could, yeah,
Okay.
sure. Yeah. So this is a wax foundation, or was a wax
Yes.
foundation. See, because here's the foundation itself, and here you can see this is all, they're starting to draw out the comb.
Yes, and really much.
So they're building quite nicely on there, actually. Not on that side, but they tend to build first on the nest side.
They're going from the center to the outside.
Yes,
yeah?
yes.
Okay.
And I think I may have actually positioned this frame the wrong way.
Okay.
There's a certain way the bees like to build, and if you give them the frame, the wax foundation, according to the pattern that they like to build, then the bees tend to become calmer.
Ah.
Look at that nice brood there.
Yes.
See?
Wow.
So these bees are definitely on their way.
Yeah, and I see some larva in here too.
Yeah, and you see all this. This looks like nectar.
Yes.
I wouldn't say that that's winter stores. And on that side is brood too, capped. You can see some larvae in there.
Yeah, here, right.
Yeah. There's the queen. See her?
Yeah, here, right.
Right here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Can
Okay.
you show it to the camera, maybe? Oh, it's a little bit dark. Here's the queen.
Yes, we can see that.
So yeah, like I said, they're on their way, and I'm pretty happy with that, with their development. There's another
really
middle
good.
frame. There's another wax foundation
Here,
here,
yeah.
and you can see that they build on there. They're starting
Yeah.
to draw it out. So
Yes.
we'll go ahead and close them up, because now they're going to be getting some neighbors.
So have you given them some drone frames in this
Not
time of
yet.
the year?
Not yet, but soon. Really
Okay.
soon. Yeah, in the next couple of weeks, I will give them a drone frame for them to build their drones on. Now, what we have to do now is I have to put a queen excluder on there.
Okay.
So let me see if I can find a queen excluder. There's one. So we put the queen excluder on here because we don't want the queen to go up to the other box.
So you don't take the bees from colony 2 and shake them off.
No.
You just put this hive on this one.
But what I have to do before that, yes, that's what I'm going to do. But what I'm going to do before that is put some newspaper on there.
Okay.
I think I took that out.
Yeah,
Here it is.
here it is.
So, and the reason why I do it like this is what pretty much every beekeeper does, at least here in our area. The reason is because it gives the bees a little bit of time to get used to the smell of the other bees.
Ah, so just not in direct contact.
Exactly, because we don't want them to start fighting. We don't want them to start killing each other.
Yes.
The aggressive bees, coming in from the other colony, they might kill the queen.
Okay.
So we want to avoid that. And it's enough to put one layer on.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then what I do is with the hive tool, I just cut a couple of slits in there.
So they can go through if they want.
Well, then they get some, the smell comes through, first of all. But yes, so they can also come through. They'll chew through there.
So, but they make their own way. You don't have to give them the way. They
No.
will make their own way.
They'll figure it out. They'll figure it out. Now, this is also a method to use if you want to strengthen a colony. So last year, this colony needed some nurse bees.
Yes.
And I waited too long. I waited till middle of May about, and that was too long. So what you can do after winter, when you see that the bees are weak, but they have a queen, that's the important part, then you can actually put the other colony right on top.
Yes.
And the nurse bees from the bottom colony will crawl through the queen excluder and will help the other bees raising their bees. And then when this colony on top gets to full strength or to a good strength, then you place that colony on this spot and move the bottom colony to a different spot.
Ah, okay.
That way the forager bees that are flying will come back to the weaker colony.
Okay.
Yeah, so,
okay.
yeah.
Yeah, because they just get from position, not from where they belong.
Yes,
to, yeah.
exactly, yes.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so now I have to move these ones over. And the bees that are flying around, although there's not too many bees flying around for colony 2, if there would be more bees flying around, then they would actually try to beg their way in to another colony.
Okay.
So let's see, did I line this up right? It's not that easy because normally these hive bodies go on a certain way, but I think it's okay.
Yeah, that looks good, I think.
I think it looks okay. All right, so here. Okay. How's that looking? All right, so I went ahead, placed them on top with the intention that the bees they'll crawl down through this paper and they'll migrate into this box, or the other way around. The bees down here will come up here, they'll mingle a little bit with these bees, and then in a few days I'll come back, even though the weather's not supposed to be so nice next week. I'll come back and I'll take this box off again and sweep the bees off the frames down into this box.
Okay.
Because it's still too early for the bees to be running on 2 hive bodies.
Yeah.
Still a little too early.
Not strong enough.
Although these bees are looking really good. They're getting quite strong.
Nice.
Yeah. So we'll stop the video here. All right, that's it. In a few days, I'll come back and, like I said, I'll sweep the bees off and let them basically migrate down into their new colony. And this is a good way to at least save some of the bees. If I would wait too long and the bees start laying eggs for drones, then it's a lost colony. There's nothing I can do for them. At least this way, the bees can still survive. And they're also basically boosting that other colony. So hopefully everything will be fine and that colony will have a lot of bees to get started in the season.
Ich sag's dir, wenn du mal keine Bienen mehr hast, dann baust du es uns zum Räucherhaus.
Genau, kannst Salami da reinhängen. All right, so it's been, what, 5 days? 5 days ago, I think, Sunday?
Yes.
Today's Friday. It's a little bit longer than I wanted, actually. But the weather was really bad. Winter came back.
Winter is coming.
Yeah.
It's winter comes back.
Winter's
Strikes back.
Winter returns. Yeah. So, right. So let's let them know we're here. And the other bees, probably the ones on top, because of the newspaper, they might need a little bit of smoke from top. There's definitely plenty of smoke.
Yes.
But they're still kind of loud. I mean,
Yes.
they're not as loud as before. So maybe things were okay.
Yeah, not that many bees on top.
No. So I'm gonna set them right there.
Okay. Oh, many dead bees.
Can you grab that?
Of course.
A few, yeah,
few.
a few dead bees, yeah. And so here you see they chewed through.
Yes, it's much
So-
bigger the hole.
Yeah, I just made little cuts in it last time, and now they
Right.
kind of chewed through there, and so. And then I can take off the queen excluder. And those bees seem
Oh,
quite
yeah.
quiet. All right, so now
Yeah, not
Well,
traffic, but
they're pretty calm too.
yes.
So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna take that empty hive body, this one here,
Okay.
just gonna set it on top,
Mm-hmm.
and then what I'll do is I'm going to sweep the bees down into the hive body.
Okay, so these bees, right?
Yes, these
Okay.
ones. My broom is over there, right by right here at eye level here.
Oh yeah, right.
It's hidden there. So
Good hidden.
Then we'll take these out one at a time to see if there are any bees on there. There shouldn't be very many bees on here.
Yeah, so
So that one's empty. But I want to inspect these afterwards and see if there was some robbery happening.
okay.
Because I was suspecting that they were being robbed. So here's a couple of little single bees flying around or crawling around.
The hive body down, right?
Yeah, seems like it. And now they're sticking.
They can't let go.
They don't want to leave their old home.
No.
Inspect these frames individually and see what kind of situation they were going through. That's all food, yeah?
Yes. Should I take something?
Oh, I got it.
Okay.
There's also something that you can't forget to order when you buy your bee supplies is a broom or is a brush.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Oh yes. Could get hard without.
Well, yeah, it makes it difficult, especially if you have to when you want to harvest honey.
Yes.
And you have to get the bees off of the frames if you don't use an escape board.
Not that easy.
But you can shake off most of them, and then the ones that just hold on really tight, you have to give them a little push. Give them a little push. Of course, it's a stressful thing, of course, for the bees.
Yes.
They don't really like being, scraped away like that.
No, and you can hear the sound. It's getting louder.
Yeah, that's because of they're being agitated right now. They're just, there's no reason, or they don't appreciate being shaken like that or disturbed.
I can understand it.
It's pretty mean, actually.
Actually, yeah. But better than dying, right?
Yep. If they understand that, I don't know, but
let's hope so.
at least we know that's why. We have a reason for why we do it. So let me just double check again the box that there's no girls crawling around in here. So, and now this one, I just pop off again. And switch those ones off that are crawling on the inside. Okay. Then we can put those in. Doesn't really matter. We've really added to the numbers of bees here.
Yes.
And
Really big colony now.
it's gonna be a stronger one, that's for sure.
Yes. Especially here on this one
Hmm.
and this.
Yeah. You can see that in the foundation they started drawing out a little.
Yeah, here on this side too.
Yeah.
Yes.
So they definitely have something to do. So let me just scrape off this stuff here around the edges. Okay, well,
It's raining
That-
bees.
is it?
Yeah.
That's all we really wanted to do for this video. So we've now merged Colony 2 into Colony 3. And on Sunday, in a couple days, we're going to give them another brood deep. So they have more room to expand.
Right.
Alright, that's it. That's it for this video. If you haven't already done it, please hit subscribe and I'll get new content out to you as soon as possible. As always, stay safe, stay healthy, and have fun beekeeping.